Hello, trading has closed on March 22nd, 2022. We always start with our disclaimer. Remember, this is my trading plan for tomorrow. Why that moved, I don't know. Tomorrow, Wednesday, March 23rd. Remember, I can be completely wrong and all trades should be at your own risk. We said yesterday that what the bulls had to do was to gap over resistance, which was this high, which they did. So with a gap over resistance, all you need for confirmation is to trade 1 cent past today's close. And if that happens, that's confirmation we've broken through resistance and higher prices should print. The move by 1 cent over the close doesn't have to come tomorrow. We don't even have to go up tomorrow. And it's possible it gets rejected by gapping down and holding it. But until that happens, I'm going to assume it's going to be confirmed at some time and we are going higher. During the day, MEJT gave an ultimate buy signal in the morning that certainly worked. Said these drops wouldn't stick, and they didn't. It's just a reminder of what we said. Pattern had the early low. Tomorrow also has the early low. Situation cleared up after the gap up. We crossed another target off the table, 45 off the list, 4509.87. These aren't only targets, they're also support resistance areas. This is just about as great a resistance area as you could possibly have. We still have 3 targets from 2022 which haven't printed, and we have 2 targets from all of 2021 which haven't printed. On average, I get about 2 or 3 targets a year which don't print. That's out of about 650. Well, we're still thinking this was wave gray C completing wave green C, but until we go higher, you can't be positive of that. That's green C, you have a perfect pattern, but if you look at the first wave down and plot your Fibonacci grid, you'll see your 61.8% retracement here, your 23.6% support here, and your 50% resistance right at today's high. So based on the Fibonacci grid, we have resistance at this point, today's high. We're counting a 1 and a 2, and then we have to find some way to count this wave up. I'm using this one, 1, 2, 3. Now this last leg up, as we'll see, is a 5-wave structure. So it's either the end of dark blue 5, or it's a wave C of some other degree. And since I think we're going higher, I'm counting it as a 5-wave C, red C, of gold B, of black 4. Let's focus in on this last thing. I'm counting this as A, B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the height of wave 1 is exactly equal to the height of wave 5, which is how these things tend to work. Doesn't mean it's the only count, but until it's invalidated, I'm going to assume it's the right count. Certainly is a reasonable count, and if that's A and that's B, and if wave C equals A, which it doesn't have to, but it happens often, we have us correcting to 44.64 and change. Doesn't mean it has to happen, but if we start dropping, I'm going to look for the 4th wave to end around that level. Of course, this all could be washed away by the time we open, but for now at least we can pencil that in. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low. It could still gap up. We broke through resistance, implying we'll go higher, though not necessarily in a straight line. Still have to go past the close by at least a penny for confirmation. We gapped up, hit higher highs, closed under the intraday highs. It's a negative pattern, which counts as the close, but tomorrow's open. And unless we gap and promptly overtake today's high at the open, we should see lower prices. Doesn't mean we have to close lower. We have a Bollinger Band reversal sell signal, the NASDAQ McClellan oscillator. This doesn't have to be a major sell, and it can be reversed if we move smartly higher, but it's reasonably reliable. I'm counting this leg up as a completed 5-wave pattern. Expect a pullback tomorrow, after which the rally should continue. As always, we gap up smartly and the calls killed before the open. So if this high holds, we have a wave count, which is an A and the B. We're looking for wave C, with one of the possibilities around 4464.64, not the only possibility, and then for the rally to continue. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low, and that's today's call.